So the No Kings protests failed. They just did. Like I really thought that they were going to burn down cities. I mean, I don't know what their goal was. I think probably what happened was that poor woman was murdered in Minnesota by the guy who was appointed by Tim Walz, and there was nowhere to go for them with violence. But this weekend, instead, I got to hang out with I call her the director of operations for Tim Runs His Mouth. We'll bring her in a second after I do my little sponsorship thing here. But we had a good weekend. I got to hang out with the nice ladies over at the Young Women's Leadership Summit. I stood out like a sore thumb. What a delightful time to be there. I am honored that I was invited. Well, not invited. I invited myself. That I was given free passes by Turning Point to come hang out. I learned a lot about women. We're going to cover all of that today with I see her like stretching her neck in the green room here. With my I call her director of operations. She's really just my assistant, but we'll get to that in a bit. And also, we're going to talk about how you shouldn't slide into her DMs, even though she's here on the show. All right, here's a great message from a wonderful sponsor.
Our nation is standing up for American workers, restoring the pride of making products here at home. That's what we do every day. We're America's beverage companies, making American products with American workers in America's hometowns, delivering brands that have been enjoyed for generations, creating good-paying jobs, the kind that require only a strong work ethic. Because we believe in the promise of America and the people who make it great.
There we go. I want to thank the American Beverage Association for being a sponsor of the show, and also just kind of like making good stuff, doing great things for America. That being said, hello, keyboard warrior. Welcome to the show. There we go. If you're in the chat, say hello. I know a lot of people are busy tonight because it's Father's Day, but somebody who isn't busy because she doesn't care about her father is my personal assistant / director of operations, Trinity Hoover. Hello, Trinity.
Hi.
Why do you hate your
That's
dad?
not true.
Why do you hate your dad?
I don't.
He's a great man. He makes Ezra Zion cigars. Why aren't there Ezra Zion cigars in my studio?
Because you're lame.
Because he didn't put them there. Because he didn't put them there.
That was not in the contract.
Maybe, like, I just thought I hired a self-starter, and here we are with Trinity. So, Trinity, we went to the Young Women's Leadership Summit this weekend, and I don't want you to spoil things and tell people that I'm nice. I know I'm a very generous and nice person.
Very nice.
But I stopped doing anything for myself at this thing because I realized how creepy that was.
Yeah.
Because I was basically old enough to be every woman in the building's dad or every woman in the building's son. Nothing in between.
Yeah,
other than our new friend Sabrina, who I really like.
Oh, she's so sweet.
She's the best.
Yeah.
We met some of the best people this weekend, actually, at this conference. I'm very glad we went to this conference.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Life-changing.
Look at me sliding into your comment section. Thank you for being here. Should I start talking about my dating life on this too? Maybe I will at some point.
I don't know if the audience would like to hear that.
I don't think they want to hear that.
That's my only thing.
I don't think. Yeah, it's not entertaining for anyone other than you, who has to manage me. But I do want to. I'm going to go into. Hold on. I'm going to share my page here because I want to show everyone. So I sat. What? Why can I not get this together tonight? There we go. Okay, so this is
there's us.
This is the view of where we were because you wanted to sit front row center. What minor league team is that team cap you're wearing? That's the Round Rock Express. I was wearing the Round Rock Express dance halls hat the entire weekend, and that's us right there with Joy Backless Cruz, who will be on the show later this week, right?
Yes.
What a time. I was the one man in the entire audience. And you got to meet everyone, basically.
That is true. I loved everybody that I met there.
You had a like spiritual experience there. I
definitely
had a lot of drinks, and you had the best time.
I did. Plus, I had 2 strawberry mojitos.
That was the second day when you kind of let go.
That's true. Okay, what does that even mean? The second day We did a lot of stuff.
We did a lot of
Business and
stuff
fun,
together.
both.
And by the way, I just want to tell people while you're here.
Mhm.
Oh wow, that's a vibe. Here we are on your page, by the way, in case people want to follow you.
I have nothing on there.
What is this?
And I look very
What is
different
this?
than
Are
I
you
do.
in real estate? What is? Are you in real estate now? Is that what that image is? Hey, hey,
I wanted to
you
do
need a
real
house
estate,
financed?
actually.
You go to Trinity, Jen.
I
You
wanted to
need
do real estate school and stuff, but I
I
got
mean,
a
you've got a
different
real.
pathway.
Why do you look so harsh there? What happened to you?
What do
They
you
look.
mean?
Hey, look angrier at the camera.
It's funny because that I think was like the same like a year after I like graduated high school or something. So I look
Really?
completely different now. Yeah. I used to be
It
blonde.
disgusts me how young you are. Um.
You're not.
So what?
No, continue.
No, so we had a really nice time. I was very glad that I could take you to this, and I realized very early on that I was too old to be there,
That's fact.
and so I because you recognize people from at the conference that I had no idea who they were.
Mhm.
So again, Young Women's Leadership Summit in Dallas. I think I can pull this up. Young
Everybody
Women.
should come, by the way. Every woman should
I
definitely come to
actually I
this.
agree.
Yes, it's
This is
amazing.
my this is my shout out, Charlie Kirk. Yo, what's up? Um, they've got a hell of an audience here. They have a hell of a organization with this, and apparently we're going to go to SAS. I'm going to get you into that too. But
Yes.
so
I'm so glad it's like in Texas, so that way I can go
no,
easy.
SAS is in Tampa. It's going to cost me a lot of money to take you there. So maybe you should start performing on a contract. Um,
Yeah.
so that's next year. It's in San Antonio
Okay.
next year. We're not
Yeah.
going to that because San Antonio is dirty. That's where dirty people go.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So I don't have anything. So a Young Women's Leadership Summit. We went there. There were a lot of young women, including you. Oh
Yes.
wait. Oh, hold on. Alex says, "First time here. Don't disappoint." No promises.
I'm here, so you definitely don't.
Yeah, and she's here, and like, hold on. What's this say here? The usual Democrats are despicable. Yeah, I know. Then so like, I'm surprised honestly that they didn't protest at the Young Women's Leadership Summit because usually when you see Democrats go after people who they don't like, it's like women and like women with kids. Like during COVID, it was every time somebody that like went after somebody who wasn't wearing a mask, it was like a dude attacking a woman.
Right.
And so what a waste. So we went to the Young Women's Leadership Summit and you got to talk to everybody and meet everybody because you
Yes.
knew somebody who knew everybody.
Yes, that is true.
You have something you want to share? You want to share some photos of your?
Sure. I don't really. This might be a little like janky.
And I just want
on
to
my
again
computer
tell
screen,
everyone
but-
watching to not slide into your DMs. Trinity is a
Are you still on this? Still?
beautiful tiny baby who should not ever be approached by a man. But I want to talk about your experience at Young Women's Leadership Summit because
Yeah. Why don't we talk about that instead?
well, let's pull up your photos here. I want
Okay,
you to show your photos. Can you do that? Can you share your screen, please?
Yes, I'm getting there.
Okay, well, 20 minutes from now
You-
when you share this. There are a lot of
Yes,
boys out there who are very excited about this live. And I don't appreciate it.
Can you guys see? Can you see that?
I have to call it up. There you go. So let's talk about this. Can you make that center? Can we do a full screen on this, Trinity? Can we talk about our experience? Hold on.
Does that work?
Yeah, do you see how this goes? Let me put it in the middle.
Because I can't see anything. It's just the picture. So
Well, good for you.
yeah.
So we
well,
can
sorry.
see that I have it centered. I'm doing the production. Maybe my director of operations would be better at doing that, but I'll deal with this as is. No, what are you doing? Don't touch anything. I had it
Okay,
centered.
I'm
There we
not
go.
touching anything.
So
One
tell
wrong
us about
move.
who is this person? What's happening here? Who is this?
This person is the lovely lady Joy Backless Cruz.
She's
who I actually
incredible.
met. She is the sweetest lady I've ever met. Shout out Joy. She might be watching, might not. She's on the road trip right now. So
No, she's on a road trip going home.
yes. So
We wanted
she's
her to come on.
darling.
Yes.
Yes. But we were talking about getting her on the show probably this week or next week. So
Absolutely.
you guys probably will see her. She was on the podcast. We were talking about the squirrel taxidermy. So I met her on that podcast, and then we actually met in person at the Young Women's Leadership Summit, and she is amazing. Everybody should have a Joy Backless Cruise in their lives, and she is the sweetest person ever. And we both hit it off from the
Time
start.
out. Chuck says, "Sorry, Young Women's Leadership Conference. We were too busy burning down our own cities to protest." All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so she's wonderful, and
Yeah.
we got to talk about like our backstory and how we came to be at the Young Women's Leadership Summit, and
Mhm.
she's amazing. We met so many people. We just basically traveled around the entire like convention conference together, and she's wonderful. And now I'm going to her wedding, so
No, you're not. I mean, you have to. If you go to the wedding, you're my +1.
she said regardless of your plus one, I'm
Really?
going to your wedding. Yeah,
Okay, well,
I love her. I adore her.
I do too, and I have adored her for a long time. I
Mhm.
won her in the breakup. And okay, I won everyone in the breakup, but I won her in particular in the breakup. And and this was great. I got to she is there's no one nicer than her. I've told her I want her to be my hype man because I feel like she is the person who like goes out front and warns that the end times are coming with a smiley face on. I'm just a huge
Yes.
fan of her. And
That seems so true.
let's get to the famous people who people will recognize though, because we haven't put over Joy Backless Cruise yet, but she's getting there.
All right. Okay, can I exit out my screen now? Can I touch something?
You
No?
need to move your photo to the next photo for
Okay, yeah,
people
I
to see in
got
the
it. I
middle.
got it. I
Now you
got
have
it.
75 photos of you. Now it's some sort of weird mirrored thing. You can
I'm
figure
sorry,
your life
everybody
out
who's
here.
watching.
Now, who is that?
This is Alex Clark, who's one of the
You met
speakers
Dylan
there.
Mulvaney this weekend.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, Tim was sitting right next in like in
You can't
between
say what I
Joy
said.
and
Nope,
I.
no, 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 nope, nope,
No,
no, nope. We're not going to say what Tim said when people were on
no.
stage. Tim's a very funny guy. He's a very funny troll, but we are very happy
I was
with
saying I
all
was
these
gonna say
wonderful
that you
people.
loved her speech, her
Oh,
her
I
Maha
love, boy, do I
movement.
love her. She's single. So why don't you make that happen for me, huh, Trinity?
That's okay, that's
Alex
not hard
Clark.
of a deal. Director of
Can you
operations is not matchmaker.
imagine the
That's
culture I could add to the apothecary.
n- no, 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 no.
Imagine
She'll reach out.
imagine the joy that I
That you what?
shut up, Black Rock Coffee. Um, just the joy I could bring to the cultural apothecary.
No, well, this is not matchmaker. This is Tim Runs His Mouth
But you
podcast.
weren't
We're
going to
talking
get that
about
photo. You weren't going to get that photo until who shouted her out? Me.
yes,
And I
you.
said, Clark, what are you doing? Take a picture with my people.
So yes, she was very nice. She gave a wonderful speech, Maha movement. Shout out
Yeah.
Alex Clark. She was lovely, and she also, I want her shoes. That was the biggest takeaway I got. Was I wanted her shoes.
Okay, next photo.
Yes, next
She's
photo.
the star of the whole convention, by the way. She was like, this is her convention. The
Uh,
YWLS. Did
sorry.
you like the interactions I had with people? They were so nice. This is a good picture. I took
Yes.
this picture. This is a delightful
Yes, Tim
picture.
did take this picture. I'm so glad he did because this is such a sweet moment. Because for those of you who don't know, this is Lee Allen Baker, who is a Disney Channel actress. She's a Disney Channel star, been on Good Luck Charlie, Dog with the Blog, Bad Hair Day. So some of you guys might have recognized her,
Mhm.
but that is who she is, and she's also very sweet. And yes, Tim did call her out so he could
I
get a
was the
picture with
nicest person.
her.
You've
Very
never had a
nice.
better, you always tell me I'm the best boss, but like,
That is true. That is true.
here's Dylan. Please, Trinity. We need Tim off the market.
We need what happened?
Dylan here in comments says, please, Trinity, we need Tim off the market. I'm on the market. So,
Well, if you know any women that I can set him up
Alex
with,
Clark,
like,
make it happen.
make it happen, I
I
will
feel
do
like
that.
she would actually murder me.
Who?
Alex
Me?
Clark.
Oh, Alex Clark.
We
Okay,
wouldn't
then
get along. We'd sleep in separate bedrooms, separate houses. We'd have a
we're
compound.
not here to talk about your love life.
We'd have a successful conservative compound, and we'd sleep in separate houses.
Yeah, that's probably true. Next photo.
Haven't seen
Next
one.
photo.
No. So here's the thing, Chuck. I went to this YWLS, and there were no women with blue hair whatsoever at the whole thing. None of those nose rings in the middle either. You know what I'm talking about? Other than the girl in the stilts that worked for the hotel. That was the only time we saw the nose ring thing. What's that called? Where you look like a bull?
Is it septum? Is that what that is? Is that
A
the
septum. Yeah.
nose ring? Hopefully that's
Yeah.
right.
No, it's disgusting. And yeah, so you got to meet. Okay, so who's next? Who we got next?
Uh, Okay, I only got a few pictures. I only pulled out a few.
Well,
Um,
oh, you should have done more work. Who is this?
well,
Oh, okay. So this one,
Harvard. I
we
love
are
her.
going to have her on the show. See,
I'm so excited.
Keyboard Warrior is ready to give. See, Keyboard Warrior worked at Claire's for one summer and knows what a septum is because he used to have to give those piercings.
Hmm.
So I liked this for you. Number one, who took this photo? Because this is a good photo.
It was actually one of the ladies that was in line or somebody
That's
working
awesome.
there that
This
was
is the first
nice.
time I've seen a photo of you where you've looked older than 13. You look about 15 and a half in this photo, and that's a good.
That's a nice compliment coming from you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no, yeah.
I will never live this down.
Septum piercings are very good for job interviews, by the way. Keyboard Warrior, like they're incredible. That is like exactly what I want. When I interview somebody who I want to have work for me, I think,
Yeah.
hey, how many piercings you got? And do you have the one on your nose where you look like a bull? So you were so excited to meet her,
I was, yes.
and I want to do segments with her with you. This is me kind of just like giving you a little flex here because I think you should be an influencer for things. I'm going to put you over on things, and I think people should as well. I think you're a delight.
Thank
And
you.
and this is again at YWLS. Who is this again? This is Hope
Hope Harvard, the
Harvard.
founder of Hope Beauty.
And I think this would be a good. We could do fashion tips with Trinity. That costs
Yes.
money, and I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah, no, she's incredible, and I'm so excited to work with her and talk to her and have her on the show because she is, like I said, the sweetest person,
Yeah.
adorable, and she definitely knows, how to articulate well.
So what I'd like
She's
to do is have her on and have you interview her, and then I'm not here,
absolutely.
and then I can just go drink my coffee in another room while this happens.
That's is anybody gonna watch if you're not on there? Like I'm funny, but I'm not as funny as you.
You're my person here for no, you're not my person. Sorry, I take that back. You're my body man. You're my director of
I'm
operations. And so
listen.
and as my
You're a
representative,
manager who runs your life. Yes,
as my adult babysitter.
that
Um
is true.
who's the goat here? Kiss my O. Is it Hope or is it I mean, because Trinity, I'm telling you, like I put her out there. She's a little adorable baby. It was like take your daughter to work day.
Would you stop saying that to people? They're gonna get the wrong.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. That's right. Recall Todd Glory Hole. Trinity, low key baddie. She is a low key baddie. Don't you ever say that again. I don't want to hear it from you. She
Well,
is.
thank you whoever said
So
that. I
can I just tell you
appreciate that
something?
a
Like
lot.
she is because we're going to talk about something that happened this weekend that really bothered me.
No, no, do not talk about that.
Next photo.
Do not.
But she got to meet
Next
her.
photo.
She got to meet her makeup
I love her.
hero. Again,
Yes.
conservatives who are in the business. Like I'm all about promoting this, and I'm glad that Trinity's here to promote. I don't understand women's things. I go to YWLS. You know what I understood? I understood open bar from 4 to 6. But after that, can you pull up a picture? Because this is really bad production here in
Yes.
the middle.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm
You
so
do
sorry.
something here.
This is the last photo that I have as of right now. It's
You
gonna
have
be
the
me
one
and
with
Joy.
Mace. I thought I saw one with you and Mace. I don't care about Joy backless. Where's the one with you and Nancy Mace?
Okay, yes, I do have that one pulled up. Yes, this is the last one I have pulled
We
up.
are so here. The next gen does need positive influencers, and that is part of my job with building up Trinity. Because I'm and the weird thing is that everyone I've always worked with, I end up never working with, and it's not like a creep factor because Trinity knows she spent hours with me now.
That's
But like
true. Against my will, but no, I'm just kidding.
Keyboard Warrior is a dad of $2. Dollars. I wasn't drinking this afternoon, Trinity.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I want to put over I only have women that work for me, and like I'm going to be like Brett Kavanaugh one day. I'll be up for a Supreme Court justice position, and they'll be like, Tim was a creep, and it'll be like same with Kavanaugh. It'll be like Tim puts over women all the time. But you got to meet. There she is. That
Miss Mace.
yeah,
She was such a delight. We got to
it was
talk to her
great.
and do an interview with her, and Joy actually did an interview with her as well. And she is amazing, and she gave great feedback and answers to your
My favorite
questions.
was when Joy asked her about her personal life, and I'm like, "What do you like?" You know that
Yes.
her staffer and her kind of gave me a look when she asked when Joy asked that because I think that they think I'm up to something.
Bravo. No, bravo to Joy. No, it was really nice.
But we have lots of stuff coming. But so you got to meet her. Do you don't have the picture with Beth?
I do. I just don't have it pulled up on my. Actually, I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna make it all weird.
All right.
I don't have it pulled up on my computer right now.
But you got to meet Beth Van Dyne as well, who's our
Yes.
congresswoman, your congresswoman, a great
Yes.
friend. And we got to
She
hang
was
out with again, she's one of the best actually. She is one of the people who like may end up being the head of a department at some point under the Trump administration. I'm very
most
excited for her.
definitely.
Yeah. And then we have I'm not wearing the hat yet. By the way, very hard for me not to wear. We met the XXXY people who were very nice.
Mm-hmm.
We met the Liberty University people who were very nice.
Yes, super
There's
excited about that.
A lot of things are happening, and you and I will be working on a lot of things.
We got lots of work to do. We got our work cut out for ourselves, honestly. Why don't Tim, if you want to exit out so it's not all like weird and I can exit out, I could put more photos on my computer. I have
If
my
you
phone
can
right
do
here.
that while that's happening, but let's talk about what happened with you this weekend, Trinity, because
No, I don't. No, we're not gonna do that.
hey, dibs on blaming Tim for inappropriate fill in the blank. Yeah, no, here it comes. So I just want to talk about. Can we talk about your personal life for a second, Trinity? Because
You know my parents are watching this, right?
good, I'm good.
No, my
I'm
dad.
glad. I'm glad this is happening.
No, this is so bad.
Kyle, mom, who I don't know the name of, your
Tanya.
daughter, huh?
Tanya.
Kyle and Tanya. They've entrusted you to me for this job. Not really. You're an adult. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want.
I am. Yes.
Still embarrassing your behavior. You get one strawberry, whatever, mojito in you. And you start approaching boys at a conference.
No,
I
that's
can't-
no.
I can't control this.
That's not.
I can't control this. Because you're your own woman. You're a boss. You're a boss babe
Thank you.
who manages my business.
That is true.
And if you want to start getting aggressive with men at a conference, I can't stop that.
That is
You know?
not true.
That's like you have your own time there. I was just happy to have you there while you were there.
And I appreciate that.
And you just
But-
started hitting on boys at a conference.
That is not true.
And I just,
At
I'm already, I'm tired. For me, I show up to the Young Women's Leadership Conference as a single guy.
Right.
And I'm like, oh boy. Rub my hands together. I show up and they all look like babies like you. And I'm like, I'm done. Like I
Beautiful,
immediately, I'm like,
independent women. Yes. Yeah.
so then I go into advisory mode, right? Because I'm like, I want you to meet all the famous people. You better be pulling up pictures of extra people you got to meet while I'm talking about
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And I get to be there with Joy Backless Cruz, who's 23, wonderful person, going to be at her wedding pretty soon.
Yes.
And you. And you're drinking these strawberry mojitos, which taste like garbage to me because
It's really good. It's strawberry.
no. And you only need one because you're 85 pounds soaking wet. And you apparently approached a boy, and
This is so embarrassing. This is so
I
embarrassing.
really hope Kyle and Tanya are watching.
Oh,
And
they are. And my grandparents are watching. My
oh,
husband
your
is watching.
grandparents are watching? Hello, grandparents, unnamed grandparents. I'm very proud of you, by the way. As part of Take Your Daughter to Work Week. Hold on, what's this? You have a Tim Young's Women Conference. You should have a Tim Young's Women Conference. If anyone knows a 45-year-old unstable like me, available woman, hook me up. That sounds like me. That's what I'm asking for. You know? And you get and you're at a conservative conference with quality human beings, so I don't blame you for what happened. And you walked apparently straight up to a boy who was very well dressed. Apparently, you were like, when you're not being fooled by AI, when you're not being fooled by AI guys on Instagram, you walk straight up to a boy. If you don't react to that, nobody knows it happened. And they think it's a joke. And here, Shuck says we can start a club. And you walk straight up to a boy and you go, "Hey, are you single? Let's go out."
No, I did not say that.
Now, what did you say?
I just asked if I introduced myself and
Mhm,
to his friend,
mhm,
just to be nice, and
mhm.
I said,
You had a friend too,
"By any
huh?
chance." No, I'm just saying, like, I didn't want to be rude and just not have like I just wanted to introduce myself to everybody and be
I
nice.
bet you did. I didn't see you introduce yourself to anyone when I was around.
I introduced myself to tons of people. What do you think Joy and I were just doing? We were people in the elevator, in the hallway, and all the things.
But when I was around, I didn't see you introduce yourself to anyone.
I'm okay. I'm your assistant business manager, operations director.
Yeah.
That is
Mhm.
my job is to go with you. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
I don't. I don't even know what my point was.
No, no,
Just-
I want you to whatever point this is, I want you to make it. I'm very
I
excited by
said,
this.
I asked
By
him.
the
I
way,
said,
if you
"Hi,
guys
what's
are
your
enjoying
name?"
this, I want you to hit the retweet button. If you're around 25 years of age and a young man, she's available.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
tell everyone
I
your story, please.
You want me to just okay. So, anyways,
Mhm.
Joy and I were walking around, and for this conference, I was like, "Oh, there's this like guy or whatever that he's nicely dressed. It's a conference or whatever." She goes, "Go say hi. Go say hi." I was like, "I'm not
Because
gonna do
obviously
nothing.
you didn't want to actually
Go
work
say
for
hi."
me at the conference. You had a lot of work. You had to do a lot of work for me at this conference, but instead you were scouting boys.
That is, there's only 5 guys there. It's a women's
When I was one
conference.
of the 5.
Yeah, so you don't even count. So 4 men.
And I was old.
Anyways,
Yeah, I looked like a
my
weirdo at
point
the
is, if
time.
you'll let me make the point, she's like,
I'm
"Go say hi,
excited
go
for
say
you.
hi," and I'm like, "No, I don't want to say hi." And then she's like, "Oh, you're never gonna see him again. Just go do it." And I'm like, "I've
I
never
like
done
it.
this before. I've
You've
never
never approached a
asked."
guy before?
No,
So you're batting 0.
I, yeah, I've never asked a guy out before. Why's that
Well,
funny?
so this is no kings failed. So you're no
I
kings failed. So go ahead, sorry.
So, anyways, she's like, "Go chase after him," and I was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous." So I fastly walked, not chase, this guy, and I was just like introducing myself or whatever, start a conversation, and I said, "Hey, by any chance, are you like single or anything?" And he's like, "Oh, like I have to be yes, I am, but I just need to focus on my work right now." And I'm like,
Mm,
I said, "Okay, that's totally fine. Like, I'm glad you're focused on your work and and I was like, "Well, have a wonderful day. Enjoy the conference. So glad you could be
embarrassing.
here." Like,
That's embarrassing.
whatever. I
How
kind
embarrassing for
of,
you.
but I'm like, and then I went back to Joy. Joy's like, "How'd it go?" And I was like, "Well, he said he has to focus on work," which I'm like, I understand. Like,
And
that's
Joy
totally
said
fine.
and Joy said
What?
he was gay.
He was not gay.
Look, here's my thing, and I've told you this.
Hmm.
You're like a child to me. You're my assistant. Number 1, unprofessional that during a conference when I needed to work and try to get as much business as possible, you're out there hitting on men. You're out there drinking strawberry mojitos and hitting on men.
I literally was
Listen, I don't
there
even
right
understand.
beside you, and
What
you
do I
said
pay you
go.
for? What do I pay you for? You're out there drinking mojitos
Apparently to match make you, that's
and
what my
no,
thing
you don't.
is.
You're not even good at that. I you're drinking mojitos and you're out there hitting on boys. And
That
then
is so
the least you could do, and honestly, this is why it offends me.
what? Okay,
That's
hitting on
right,
gay
Scott.
men. I
Hitting on
promise
gay
you I'm
men.
not hitting on a gay man.
Hitting on gay men.
He
If
wasn't
you would have
gay
seen them
at
in
a
their
women's
little tight little blue suits,
conservative.
their suits were they were too tight.
They were not.
Yeah, you can read that. No. The least you can do, listen, if you're gonna go hit on somebody when you're supposed to be working, which you weren't doing,
Such a lie from hell.
it's the truth from heaven. And instead of working with me, yeah, obviously was. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Chuck. Instead of working, you went and drank garbage juice mojitos. You told me to take selfies of you, take photos of you with famous people. You used me for that. And
I
then
never asked you to do
you
that.
went and hit on a boy. You couldn't even like bring it home, you know? You
You're
swung
so
and
funny.
missed.
You're so funny.
What am I why do I hide why do you work for me?
I've never like asked a guy to go out with me before ever. Like I've never done it. Just, and then
And now
2,
you're 0 for 1.
I know, it sucks. Life's hard. Life is so
On the clock. On the clock. What do I pay you for? To fail?
You pay me to win, and that's exactly what we're gonna do this week. So
Listen,
believe me.
as an occasional womanizer, you hurt my feelings. I just need you to be at the same level as I am. But I'm going to be honest with you, and this is why this guy's gay. And I don't want to say this for any other reason.
Mm-hmm.
You are a tiny baby to me. You're a tiny baby.
Yes, we've established that.
But if I was 25, 23, 25, and I had you come up to me, I'm not saying no to that. Are you kidding me? That guy's never getting approached. That guy's not getting approached by women. And like that's offensive to me as the person who works with you. And so I need
thank you.
The next time you swing for the fences with a boy,
which will not be ever.
At the don't listen. I was the only straight guy at that conference. Me and Charlie Kirk were the only straight guys at that conference, and the VP of Liberty University. There were 3 of us there. At the
Shout out, Ryan.
All right. Yeah. And we're going to be doing stuff with Liberty University, and God bless them. Like, you're all great people, but I just want you to what does this say? There's an email from HR in your inbox, Trinity. That's right.
I'll be checking, Dylan. Yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the weekend, you had no kings either, other than Jesus.
That's right.
No, don't celebrate. I mean, I want to celebrate that, but like on another time. I'm glad that I can embarrass you in front of your family, because again,
yes, that seems to bring you the most.
You did like a good job this weekend for me. I just feel like you failed. Like, if you're going to stray away and enjoy a conference on your own, do you have more pictures pulled up yet? I've given you a lot of window to pull.
Yes, I got pictures.
Okay. I take you to these things to put you over as a real winner, Trinity.
Right. And I thank you for that.
And I had a terrible first date too. Like, come on. We all had bad weekends. We both are 0-1 this weekend. Now I'm 1-1. But I was 0-1 going into tonight. I had to throw her out. Actually, she respectfully left the house so I could do this live with you.
Well, that's nice of her.
But let me tell you, the next time that you go and get plastered drunk at a conference and wander around,
not drunk,
chasing down men in the hallway, slobbering all over you,
walking,
stumbling. Also, you're fit. Is that what the kids call it? You're fit. You look like a young. Like remember how complimentary I was of your of tiny baby Trinity? You looked like. Do you have photos of yourself? Like the first night, you look like I'm doing this. I just want your Instagram to be disgusting. That's
so mean. My parents are watching this, and my dad will come for you.
Your first night, you looked like a Miley Cyrus had she never taken drugs. The second day, you looked like the espresso girl.
Hold on,
I am.
This is just you embarrassing me for this live. So hopefully everybody's watching.
But the thing is, like,
you are my. I'm so sorry.
You're like, but you as my director of operations and where this goes, I want you to get used to this because I like this interaction, and I warned you that this was going to happen tonight because I really appreciate your work and I appreciate who you are, and I wouldn't make fun of you or put you in this position if
you didn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, deep down, everybody, I liked him, even if I.
Why is no photo pulled up?
Hold on, I'm getting photo. I took screenshots of Joy and Sabrina's Instagram, so it's gonna be a little.
Okay, well, I like Sabrina. What a delight Sabrina was, huh?
Sabrina is a doll, just a doll. Okay, is this showing up?
Trinity, can we take Tim to Grapevine Lake? Oh.
Wait, what? Wait, I gotta see this.
And we can go paddleboard. Can we take Tim to Grapevine Lake and we can go paddleboarding? Thank you, Dylan. Hey, listen, that's true. Listen, at least he was a regular day and he wasn't trans. That's good. She could have hit on a trans man, and that would have been very embarrassing. And that's really, I
would not do that because I know how to.
What if you couldn't tell? What if they just were just a soft chonky with a mustache?
Can we get back back to the photos now. Like that,
Yeah,
nobody's
do
gonna be
you have
entertained
photos
by
pulled up? I
this.
see nothing pulled up.
I'm pulling it. Oh, hold on. Oh, I need to share my screen.
Your screen is shared. You just took it down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. Like, I should be
But
better
I
at my
want
job.
to show this
Okay.
because again, and I'm
Is it going?
we're gonna do here we go. Okay, so here we are in the second row, enjoying
So this
life
is from the first night. This
on
is
the first night. There we are.
yes,
And
and it
you
was
had
so loud. The music was
and there were a lot of dancing
unbelievable.
girls up front, and that's when I realized they all started doing dances like we were at a wedding. And I looked at them and I said, I should not be allowed to look at these women.
No, they should have kicked you out. Security already gave him a hard time
They gave me a
this
hard time the
weekend,
entire weekend.
and it is hysterical. He got so pissed. I felt so bad, but at the same time, I was trying
But
to keep
I'm
him
not.
straight.
I asked the guy where the men's bathroom was. Like I wasn't even looking because they had rebranded some of the women's bathrooms as men's bathrooms as women. I have one
Mhm.
strand of hair that is really bothering me here. Whatever. Okay. I'll just deal with it. See it sticking. Anyway, they had
Nobody trusted you at that conference.
no one trusted me at that conference. Charlie Kirk did. Erica
True.
Kirk did. Alex
Yes.
Clark did. All the stars did. All the congresswomen who stopped with me,
But not security.
but not security. No.
No.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They thought I was there to just take upskirts and walk into women's bathrooms. I literally asked the guy where the women's bathroom was, and he was like, "Can I see your pass, sir?" And it's like on my neck. I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, it's flipped around, which I could show them the ID. I have like the
I don't
pass
look
I could
down
show.
at my pass all the time to see that it's flipped around. Like I'm not staring down the entire time to see that my pass is turned around or not.
Right. I'd be like, do you know who I am? I'm Tim Young.
I don't do that.
I
though.
run this whole show, by the way.
I don't do anything. All right, so there you are. You're looking like a young country singer.
I do look very young in this photo. That I will give
You look very young all the time.
Probably because I am young, but yes.
You're
I do.
shorter than your younger sister, but go ahead.
We'll get to that in a second.
Are we?
Yeah, so this is us. This is us in the like second row, and the music was very loud, and obviously
It was
all
a
these
delight. They were
lovely women
hyping up. That's called
dancing.
hype music, and they were hyping. You see, everybody else is up. Everybody else is
We
dancing,
were sitting down because
and I'm sitting down. And they have a drone coming around, and they have a lot of things. There was a woman sitting next to us who has 700,000 followers on Instagram, and I got up to go to the bathroom, and she goes, "How did you get into this?" I was like, "I'm famous."
I was like, when you got up, I was debating myself to lean over to her and be like, yeah, that's just Tim Young you just insulted.
Yeah,
You
you
should
just insulted
you
the
should
guy.
apologize and repent for your sins.
Yeah,
So, but I didn't do
exactly.
that.
It's
I
like,
should have.
yeah.
But well, anyways, yeah,
Also, if you
that's
guys are enjoying this, hit the retweet button. Go ahead and hit the repost button on Twitter or wherever you're watching this. We're having a good time tonight. This is Trinity Hoover. I don't know if I want to use your. I think I'm just going to call you Trinity from now on. You could actually just put that on
that's
your
fine.
business card, just Trinity without a last name. I like the name. Your parents named you
Thank
well.
you. I
Tanya
thank my
and,
parents for that.
Tanya and Kyle have named all of their children incredibly well.
And
All
I
right,
thank
go
you
ahead.
for that.
They never dreamed that an internet asshole would make you his.
Yes,
His
and it's
person.
funny because I just want to tell everybody that I'm the nice one in the work relationship. Tim can go around saying all the things, and I just come back and be like, "I'm so sorry."
Well,
I
you
didn't mean
said
it."
so. It was Joy who said, "I'm not nice, but I'm kind," and I like that. I'm not nice.
I was like, "You're kind to me," and I was like, "I
Oh,
appreciate that."
yeah, no, because you do all the things for me that I can't do. So I'm going to be incredibly kind to you.
Yeah, you're
It's
only
like
nice to you for your services.
I
That's
used to
fine.
live with a woman who I thought was doing things for me, and she did nothing for me. I did everything for her. So it's such a relief to have someone who I have it as an employee that's able to accomplish many things for me. All right, enough of that.
Yes.
So, more photos, please.
Next photo.
This is apparently very difficult for you.
Oh yeah, here's our passes.
We don't
So
need that.
that's what it looked like.
I
And
gave
Tim's was
mine to
flipped
somebody.
over.
I gave mine to somebody.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll never see it again because I'm never going to see her
All right.
again.
Here's Sabrina. Shout out Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina Cosmos. I love her.
She's amazing. Everybody go follow her. She's amazing.
PragerU publicist, incredible human being, brilliant mind, always pregnant.
Pregnant with our third. Yay!
I can't say like
Congratulations.
I want to say what like I can't say what I want to say here.
But then we don't need to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's inappropriate.
No.
But she was the only
I know exactly what you're thinking.
she was
And
the only age appropriate woman for me to hang out with at the conference. Because she's like 32, 33. A gem.
true.
Yeah.
Gem.
A real winner. And she's going to be on the show this week, right?
Yes, we're getting that in the works. So
Good.
we'll
We're gonna have some
I'll get
PragerU
I'll get
action
in
on
touch
the
with
show.
her.
We're going to be doing
Yeah.
PragerU. So hold on. So after this week, so
Mhm.
MRC is a friend. PragerU is a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
XXXY.
Yep.
We
Freedom
have
and Whiskey.
Freedom Whiskey.
Hmm? We're
Yeah.
going to
talk
have a
about all the
conglomerate.
things.
We're going to be a conglomerate. We're going to be like the axis of evil, but conservatism
Exactly.
by the time this is done.
And I'm all for that.
And you are the manager that brings it all together. And that's what's very important here.
I'm just the behind the scenes.
You're
that's
not
my
behind the scenes.
job.
You're in front of the scenes right now. And that's what
That's
I want to put you over.
Well, you're very nice.
And I'm happy to
So-
bring you to Heritage for things, but I don't want to take you away from like your family on like on 4th of July.
Yeah. And my dad who's watching, he's probably thinking, take her to things. Like,
Yeah, no.
go.
She'll get there. She'll get there. You're a star.
It will happen.
You're the star. You know, the best way to what is it? The best way to like get revenge on people is just having personal success. And like your success is kind of the embodiment of my anger at someone else. And you're going to be very successful. And somebody else is going to look at this.
I'll
and
receive
like,
it.
Oh. Like that's kind of where this goes is like, and that's the whole thing is like, I'm not going to be negative about that person, but I look at you and I go, oh, I can do that with her. So that's that.
I love it.
And yeah, and you don't get to be a pain in my butt. And there's a lot of things, and we're just going to be
sometimes a pain in your ass, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if you like this, hit the retweet button. Also, don't slide into her. She is such a baby. Don't slide in her DMs, please. She's just like a adorable. Can you just get a photo up instead? Do you see what the screen looks like when you're being stupid?
Yes, I do see that. I'm sorry. I've been trying to get the photos up, but I can't.
Life is so hard for you over at the.
It is hard. I'm so sorry, everybody who's watching
like
this.
Broadcasting from her basement here.
It's not true. We already seen those.
What is happening? Why is this so difficult for you?
Join on the screws, everybody.
I really enjoyed this. This was the woman who had the septum piercing.
Yes, that's right.
And her little chaps didn't fit. They were falling off. Who took this photo? This was me.
This was also.
Let's talk
Can
I just tell you something? Because let's talk about something for a second. Because like you're supposed to be on paper, you're my assistant. But I really felt like I was your assistant this weekend.
What do you mean? I followed you around.
You didn't do anything.
I carried
You followed me around so that you could get photos with famous people.
Okay, number one, not true. Number two is that you said to Sabrina can back me up on this. Oh, we're not trying to cut you out or anything like that. I was like, I'm fine. Like, I'm just observing. I'm your assistant. That's what I do, or director, or whatever name you want to put on there. But two, I was so much your assistant, whatever label that is. I just got bruises on my arm from carrying around all that stuff for you.
Life is so hard. Life is so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Trinity.
And I gladly take the sacrifice.
Can you please take that to the Human Resources Department and just file a complaint?
Oh, so myself.
Yeah. You just file a long complaint about an EEOC complaint about how bruised up your arm is from carrying the bag of things I got you for free or paid for.
It was the camera bag.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh man.
It's okay. I go to the gym.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Is life hard?
No. Life is great because I'm on the winning side.
Do you have a picture with Beth Van Dyne, my favorite congresswoman, please?
Here. Yes. Can you take down? I'm gonna take down my screen because I thought I pulled that up. Oh wait, here it is.
She's my favorite person, by the way.
She's
great.
A sweetheart.
And I would like when we go to DC, I would like for you to sit down in her office with us and we'll like hang out and talk. Like that's the thing. Like I want to have you in a position, by the way, and this is where like things should be. That like you could be like a chief of staff for anybody at any point. Like I just kind of like, and
I'm
you
totally
can
down for that.
And you can be. I don't think it's a stretch because you're very, very organized. You have things going for you here, and
Thank you.
you're working for the best person in the industry. And
True.
but now we got to hang out. You got to meet multiple congressmen. You got to meet that woman from that show. You got to
Alan
meet
Baker.
Alex Clark, who is
Mhm.
she does Instagram reels about nipples, and that's important to someone. And then you started boozing it up with strawberry mojitos, and then it just went off the rails, and you talked to boys, and it was disgusting, and you were unprofessional, and you're lucky you still have a job.
Yep. Pretty much where we're at, Tim. So I thank you and apologize that I was not more
And you know what else you did? You're a real
available.
joy killer when I'm around. I'll be honest, you're a real joy killer. Because I start saying, "Hey, can I go talk to so and so?" And what do you say? Every time I say, "Hey, should I go talk to so and so?"
When was that ever said?
I said, "Hey, can I go talk to somebody who was at the end of Media Row?" And you said, "Absolutely not, too young."
You're talking about a girl?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
No.
what was I going to go talk to a boy like you? No, I don't think so. Although they'd probably more likely be into me than you.
That's so mean. That's so mean.
You talk to
No,
straight, we don't have this problem.
you know what? No,
I'm having a great
my
time tonight,
job.
Chuck.
One of the things that I do for Tim is protect him from going up to young 25-year-old women. And no, it's just no.
I'm
This is
sorry that
all
I
around
live
no.
a life of success and luxury, Trinity.
But
Maybe
like,
some young lady would like to share that with me. But here you are, joy killer,
I
while
want
you're drinking your mojitos on the clock,
Yep.
ruining my life.
Yep. That's my job, is to
Complaining,
manage your life and also destroy it.
complaining that the bags of swag and makeup that I purchased for you.
Which was very nice. I said thank you very much. Mhm.
So if you're, it's
Deep down,
Trinity
he
Jen,
actually likes me. Just
Trinity
saying.
Jen. Hold on, let me pull up your Instagram so guys can DM you.
No. I'm taking this photo down. So, no.
I just want them. Listen, if you want to be mean to me, I have it ready to go.
No.
Pull it up.
Okay,
And
wait,
I'll be
wait.
in those DMs.
Wait,
I
wait,
just
pull up
listen,
this
I
comment.
just think the
This show took
YWLS.
the wrong turn. It did take a wrong turn. Thank you for
I
saying that.
just I'm number one. I'm proud of you as your take your daughter to work day. I was very proud of you for going up and talking to the boy. But again, like, what can
I
I do?
feel I'm never gonna let this down, and people are probably not entertaining that. So I'm sorry to everybody who's watching. This is probably not entertaining about my love life and my
Well, you have not.
personal.
Both of us. That's what we have in common. Nothing. What's your social life?
This is how
Well,
we work. This is how we work together. Is we insult each other and then win.
how's
That's
your
what
social
it
life,
is.
Trinity? Well,
How's my social life?
I show up to Tim's place and clean.
That is true.
When he has nothing else for me to do, I organize the cigars that my dad gives him.
That is true. Shadow Ezra Zion cigars.
Oh, I have
Based
the
in
archive. I have
Fizz.
the Ezra Zion. So hold on, I should do this. I'll do the shout out. I literally
You should.
have. I told him this today. Let me get the website up. There's the store.
Great note taking detox, guys. I love these comments from people. I think
I
it's
know.
just great.
It is. It
I
is a
think
no,
it's
no
great.
Kangs. Hey, we was Kangs. You don't know what that is. But
No.
no, so shout out to Ezra Zion cigars. I actually have now what I believe to be the largest, because it's beyond what your dad has, the largest archive of Ezra Zion cigars, probably on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of proud of that right now because he's going to come over here to smoke his own cigars, which he's done before, by the way. He's gotten very excited. So your dad, Kyle, who runs Ezra Zion Cigars, Kyle and Chris.
Yes.
And if you want to get in on some really good cigars, you go over to EzraZionStore.com and you get the best cigars in the business. And let me explain to you how these cigars work. Her dad he's a master tobacconist and beyond anything I've ever seen in my life. And I'm friends with Carlito and a few other people from other places now. He will put together cigars and see where that one right there and that little coffee of the month and cigar of the month. See where it says candy bar? When you get that and you smoke it and you retrohale like a good smoker, you're going to get chocolate, you're going to get nut, you're going to get caramel on it. It tastes like candy bar that happens to look like that logo, which is Snickers. There's no flavor added. This is a guy who understands tobacco and tobacco leaves to the point, and he smokes it all day long, and he blends this stuff together. That like there's one of my favorites. I've got popcorn, I've got fried chicken, and when you do the retrohale, you get the notes of that stuff, and it blows your mind. I've never had anything like it. It is incredible. And so I got hooked on it. Then I became friends with him because he happened to live down the street from me a little bit. And I'm so glad that they're a sponsor of the show. He's an incredible person. You want to sponsor, you want to support a conservative business and a good like Christian guy, like a Christian family. That is an incredible product. Ezra Zion Cigars. I can't speak highly enough of it because it is, again, not flavored, but the tobacco is blended in a manner. Don't act like you don't smoke cigars.
I don't smoke cigars, but I've
Get out of here. I'm going to blow this up. Trinity's going to be in the waiting room. Ezra Zion cigars are literally the best sticks I've ever had. She just gave me the finger, and I'm just going to tell your mom. Gave me the finger in the waiting room. I see you over there in the little corner. I've never had anything like this. I've smoked many cigars throughout the years. Ezra Zion cigars are my favorite cigars because of the crazy flavors that happen naturally because of the master tobacconist, Kyle, who is in charge of the company. And you will have nothing like this again in your life. They usually have small batch releases that are 350 to 400 cigars because they get the leftover high-end tobacco from everywhere that everybody else goes, every major brand goes to. So they have deals in all these countries and with all these farms. And they get all of the high-end tobacco. He blends it together in a manner that I again, it is like magic what happens with these blends. You will not be upset with Ezra Zion cigars. So if you get a chance and you're a cigar smoker, Ezra Zion's the place. It is my favorite cigar. I literally have in my humidor so many of them because I can't smoke them fast enough. I buy them all. I can't smoke them fast enough. And he comes over and he loves his products so much, does Kyle, that he starts pulling into my collection of cigars. And one day he went in and grabbed, I think it was one of the popcorns or one of the fried chickens from like a couple of years ago. And I yelled at him for smoking his own cigar in my house. They are so good. That is absolutely so good. So if you get a chance, Ezra Zion Cigars, EzraZionStore.com. You want to get a subscription to this. You want to get in on these. You want to get on their email list as well, because if you get on their email list, then you can get access to these very limited edition cigars when they come out. That being said, welcome back, Trinity.
You just kicked me out?
Yeah, well, you were talking too much. I was doing a very high quality plug for a nice product and great people, and you were yapping,
Well, I happen to be more into the family business.
Well, maybe you'd be better at talking about it if you got the genetics or something, but like I'm better at it than you. It's not a blunt. There's no such thing. I don't know what a peach cigar is, Chris. But if you want things that taste like things that adults would consume, like chocolate or nutty or vanilla, or actually they have a cotton candy because of the sweetness of the cigar as you smoke it. I am like the best propagandist for the cigar brand, by the way.
True.
It is because I also only take sponsorships from products that I appreciate and truly believe in. And this is one of those. So, and also they gave me a box of cigars to take down to and I need to put them up here, Trinity. Tomorrow when you're here, they need to be on my set. This is your job. Because I'm going to take them down to the VFW for Veterans Appreciation Month instead of Pride Month.
Okay, I will do that. I'll put that on my to-do list.
Chris, if you smoke peach flavor cigars, maybe you should consider just like drinking like peach vodka and hanging out at gay bars.
Or strawberry mojitos.
Or strawberry mojitos. You and Trinity. Look,
yes,
here's your kind of guy. Look at that guy. Yeah. He looks triple your age, and you
Why
guys can
are
hang out.
you are not in charge of my love life, sir.
I don't want to be.
No.
I don't want that responsibility anywhere near me.
No, then no. We're here to talk about YWLS, not about my personal love life.
No, and it's listen, it's like talking about my personal love life, all failures. So Tim has a special promotional code Heritage 2025. I do not have that. No. Project 2025 would be a funny promotional code for anybody who wants to work with me. Anyway, so I've got about 5 minutes left here. Trinity, can we summarize YWLS? Again, no Kings. The protests completely failed. Nobody cared about them. I think more people actually cared about YWLS. I think young women were encouraged. I thought I actually listened to the message. I thought it was a great positive message for young women. There were very, very young women there. I thought that they had great examples there with Beth Van Dyne and Nancy Mace, and then Riley Gaines were there when Riley Gaines announced her baby. How about them apples?
Yes!
I made you. And how good of a boss am I that when I saw her promo package coming on, I yelled at you. You run out there right now and you get your front row seats and you go see Riley Gaines.
That is true. Me and Joy both got to see Riley Gaines, and it was amazing.
Because I wanted to make sure that you got out there to see. Like, again, that was very important to me.
Yes. Which, loved it. Love every part of this. It's life-changing. I'm definitely going to go next year again, too.
It's going to be in San Antonio, and I don't know, San Antonio.
Well, you don't have to come. Me and Joy will come. You're not a woman.
Well, we'll see if you're allowed to go.
You're high maintenance, but not a woman.
I should speak at these conferences.
At a women's conference?
Yeah, I think I'd be good for that.
Do you understand women?
I've failed enough with them. You know, I understand women.
I don't think you got.
I think the director of marketing of the organization understands that I understand women. We had a nice little conversation.
Yes, the turning point. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. She was very nice. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway, Trinity, what a delightful time. I'm excited to take you to more things.
I'm excited to come.
Again, if you see her face here, just go over to Instagram and slide. She's very welcoming of DMs at her Instagram. No. There's nothing she likes more than DMs at her Instagram.
You know what? If this actually, if people watch this and go to my DMs, I will specifically ask you to be on your show again, just so I could show you if that actually happened, and be like, here, look at.
You had this.
I don't think it will happen though.
Well, I don't know, man. You know,
we'll see.
Today
YWLS, everybody.
I go to church with your family, and today going in, you were said, "Hey, you know, Tim, you know, your dad didn't hear this, but you're like, hey, Tim, you know, I wish that the man of my dreams would slide into my DMs on Instagram."
I never said that to you.
I'm pretty sure I heard that.
No, I'm pretty sure you have a hearing problem, so we get it fixed.
I'm pretty sure, like, when we were there, you said, I want as many men as possible to audition for me with a great line in my Instagram. Please show my Instagram on your live tonight to 30,000 people.
And Tim, you're a great actor because
I just, you know, I don't want to show your Instagram. I'm going to make guys do a little bit of work, but I think that they should go over there and just shoot their shot, you know? Because I mean, you did that this weekend, and imagine a guy turning down this adorable nugget. Don't ever get on my bad side, because I will do this again and much more.
Embarrass me? You embarrass me regardless. Regardless.
What do I pay you for?
You pay me to come on your podcast to embarrass me, because that's really
fun
for you.
Listen, you had one job. What was your job this weekend?
My job was carrying the camera bag.
Find me a wife.
You said it yourself.
And did you find me a wife? No.
No, because they're all teenagers at this event.
They were all teenagers. It was like really weird. Like the weird thing was when they were all doing like the cha-cha slide in front of us, and I'm like, I need to shield my eyes.
Yes.
I'm in the front row. And then I told you, you remember my favorite part of the whole thing. We're sitting in the second row and they're doing all the dancing in front of us. And what did I tell you to do?
No.
What did I tell you to do?
Shield your eyes.
No, get me a drink.
Yes, and I did.
Give me
I
a-
did do that. Let's talk about that for a second.
hold on,
Let's talk
hold on.
about that.
You're right.
Let's
No,
talk about
no.
that.
See, you're doing that. This is where we're on the same page finally.
Yes. Let's talk about this.
That was shady. That was the shadiest part of the entire weekend. There was a lot of questionable shade throughout the entire weekend, but this was it.
This blew my mind. Even Joy was there to see this, so Joy can witness when we have her on. Yes, I did go get Tim a drink. I think ranch water. Yes,
I drink
so
my ranch waters, which aren't the little canned ranch waters. They are
like
it's
a cup.
tequila, soda water, and lime. That's it.
Mhm. And he already had one, and so he drank his, and he's like, "Yo,
Just
give me
one?
another one."
I think I had like 3. But
Oh,
anyway, I
no,
said go
there's
get. So I had one. Oh, you're keeping count?
yes, I said you cut
Judgy,
off after the 3rd one.
judgy, judgy.
Yes, I am.
So I had one, and it was normal. And this is
Mhm.
the only time I had you try any of my drinks for the weekend because I want you to be stone sober. I don't want you drinking strawberry mojitos. But
Mhm.
you go get one. So they give me mine, and it's normal. And then you go get one as someone who is 1/3 my size
I am very short, so
and
and very
very
tiny.
dainty. Yes. And what was yours like that you brought back?
So, mine was pure alcohol. Cause Joy said she can smell it from
From
carrying
my
it
lap.
back to
You
the
hand it to
conference.
me. You literally hand it to me, and it wafted up, and it burned my face and Joy's face.
It was so, like, potent. I was just like, "What did they give me? This is not a ranch water. This is,
Yeah.
like, pure, like, tequila. This is I insane." And I'm like, "What are they trying to poison me?"
Yes.
Like,
So that is actually, and women should be aware of this.
I mean, I'm all for having a good time and
But
everything, but
also,
that seems like a little
and
much.
again, like in the middle of all my
Poisoning
joking,
women.
and in the middle of all my joking, you in person look like a 13-year-old to me. Sorry, you do.
That's okay.
I love you as a
No,
human
not
being. You
offended.
look like a 13-year-old. You're a beautiful baby. You're a tiny
Thank
baby.
you. Thank
Um,
you.
when my drink was normal and yours smelled like fall into a gutter, that should be a warning
You're
to
such a
ladies.
hater.
I'm not a hater, but that should be a warning to ladies where things can go at one of these conferences
Mhm.
because you just never know.
True.
Yikes.
I thought, like, the bartender guy who made it was, like, so nice too, like, Joy like I said, Joy was there to witness, and all of a sudden be like, "Here you go, ladies, here you go," all this stuff. Ladies, don't be fooled by that because I almost died. I
Almost
debated
died.
taking a drink of that before handing it to
Yeah.
you, and I'm so glad I didn't because that was absolutely disgusting. It was pure
It was a
alcohol.
nightmare. Yeah.
It's like hand sanitizer in a cup.
Yeah. Foo-foo water. What is this? Foo-foo water turning a man card. Not foo-foo water. I had it's tequila, soda water, and lime.
Not
So it's a nice little drink.
foo-foo water. That's what I'm gonna call it from now. You want your foo-foo water, Tim? I'll go fetch
Well,
it for
you
you.
have your sugar shit drinks that you go get yourself from the
I don't do sugar shit drinks. I
Yes,
do
you do.
strawberry mojitos.
That's sugar shit. You had me taste yours and it tasted like garbage.
Y- Okay, that's fine.
We're 2,500 to 40,000 views. I want to get there. What else do we want to talk about? What else happened this weekend that you want to? So No Kings was a total flop. They
Right.
had the military parade in DC that was great.
Mhm.
Did you see any of that? That was awesome. The fireworks show there, incredible.
Yes, what you're gonna go see, right?
On the 4th of July, we're gonna go see it. I'm
Yes,
gonna go see it. You're
yes.
not gonna be there, but I'm gonna go see it.
I'm not, unfortunately.
I'm gonna
But
be during the 4th of July with my friends at the old Heritage Foundation.
foundation.
Hmm. One day you'll come out and meet them,
Yes, I'd love to. Absolutely.
but until
So,
then, out of luck. You know,
but we met so many I was so surprised of how many people I met within, like, a few hours of the day, like, for everybody who's watching, I think everyone
everyone
wants to
was
come to
great there.
this. It was amazing. We
Hmm.
met so many people and so many connections, and, like, it's incredible, and even Joy, like, that's when I first met her in person. Friends for life. I love her. She's adorable.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we met people from all different brands, conservatives, Christians, all the things, and it just was a highlight, especially in my own life. I blessing. That's all I can say about that to sum it up. Just blessing of a weekend. So
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed hanging out with you. I thought it was a great time. There were lots of
Yes.
ladies there. Very positive. Look, here we go. See, look at this. Badger steak, Trump.
That's right.
A lot of Trump there. I didn't get to wear one of these though. I really I should find a way to make these so that I can sell them. Let me zoom in. I should have worn one of these guys, right? The little dancer.
Yes, you should have.
Oh, where they at? There we go.
I think that is so creative. Whoever thought of that, I think is
Incredible.
very funny.
Incredible. I mean, these are I got the little. There he is.
And can everybody give Tim a round of applause? He actually wore a polo to this thing, which
I have it on now.
so
I have the
snazzy.
same clothes. I wore the same outfit every day.
Which
And on
why
my
would
date
you-
tonight,
Why
I
would
wore
you
the
do
outfit.
that?
What?
Why would you do that?
Why would I what?
Wear the same thing.
Pheromones. As you're aware, pheromones are fantastic.
I wouldn't know because apparently I hit on gay guys. So
Well, I mean, because you hit on gay guys. They were obviously
That-
stylish enough for you to participate, and that's a whole thing. And so
I
there we
learned
are.
my lesson now.
The numbers are gangbusters on this live, by the way. I want to thank everybody for being here. If you like it, hit the retweet button. We're having a great time. You're good for my. So it says internally here. It says 35 on X right now. It says 38.8. We're headed towards 40,000 right now. Hey, can you handle this? If I run and take a quick break, can you just handle the screen? You want to talk about? Why don't you pull up a picture real quick? I need to run real quick, and then we're gonna come back.
Sure.
To
I mean, I'm not as funny as Tim.
I'm gonna take
everybody, but
myself
I can
out for
try.
a second, but can you handle it if I do this?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's fine.
but do you want to share your screen?
Yeah. I mean, I can pull up.
Hurry up, because I need to go somewhere.
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Okay, and I want you to talk about something, and then I'll be back in a second. Here on this, because apparently you're good for ratings.
Apparently,
If you could hurry faster, I'm dying inside right now.
I got it. Okay, go.
Okay, here's this. There's your screen.
I'm going
I'm taking
to.
myself out, and you have I'll be right back.
Okay, it's gonna be a
It'll be
chat time
Trinity.
with Trinity.
It'll be anybody can ask any questions they'd like with Trinity.
Yes, I'll be reading the chat too. So you go.
I can share the
I got
chat.
it. I got it.
Okay, all right. Be back in a second.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Thanks so much for watching. I know I'm not as funny as Tim. I might be cooler than him, but not as funny. But yeah, let me I'll pull up a picture that I've already showed you guys. I'll show Joy here. I don't know how I can do that. I don't know if you can see that at all. So let me know if you can. Let's see if I can, because that's kind of weird. Okay. So anyways, YWLS, I think every woman should go. It's just incredible and amazing. You meet tons of people. It's literally, we went Friday and for a few hours during the night, and this is when I met Joy and a bunch of other people. And then we also were there yesterday on Saturday for about 8 hours and going around. It has a bunch of things, bunch of sponsors and everything like that. We actually got passes for VIP, which is amazing. So they have like a VIP lounge. They have everything you could think of in there. The speakers were incredible. Thank you, Charlie Kirk and his amazing wife, who did such a great job with their Q&A, answering everybody's questions. There were some great questions at this conference. I was absolutely blown away by how well everybody was well spoken and articulated, and it was just amazing. So yes, this is a picture of Joy and I at the conference. This was the end of the conference. We went to dinner. Again, shout out Joy, she's lovely. But yeah, it was definitely so fun. And let me take a dig at Tim here while he's gone. We were trying to take pictures with these people that Tim so kindly pointed out so we can get a picture with them. Now, here's my thing is he does not know how to take a picture whatsoever. And everybody at that conference can vouch for it, because he would take a picture on Joy's phone, picture, click, click, click. And it was terrible. It was so I don't know how you mess up a picture. It's one button. It's one button. And so I take the picture instead, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, that's so great. It's perfect." And I told Tim, I said, "That's how you do it. That's how you do it." Now, he's kind to me, but he wasn't very kind in that moment, unfortunately, and that's all right. I have to work with him, so I get paid to stand him in his craziness. So Trinity, now's your chance to escape. Absolutely. I don't know why I fell for the trap of working for Tim Young. Has me running around doing everything. So let me go back to this picture. This we were in the second row. And was that a great idea? 50-50. It was so jam-packed in there with hundreds and hundreds of people. We can barely even move. And and we wanted to sit up close and like have a great time, which we were. The music was obnoxious, and I think I lost eardrum in the process, so I can only hear out of this ear instead. Which is why Tim's probably like, "Why can't you do anything right?" Because I only have one eardrum from this conference. Um, but yeah, there was dancing and all this stuff, and we're sitting around like a bunch of losers because we're like dancing's too it's too beneath us. But it was a great time. They actually started so late and they had like a timer on the screen and then they had to reset the timer because it was so late. It was so late. I didn't get home until like 11:30. Like some obnoxious person. I'm like, it's too I can't do that anymore. I can't. I'm like, this is way past my bedtime. Anybody who's you know, who has a regular schedule
What are we
knows what I'm
talking about,
talking
Trinity?
about. I
What
just can't
I
do
miss
it.
out on?
We're talking about how you can't take a photo.
Did Tim leave because he trusted a fart? Now's your chance to escape.
Yes, exactly.
Donnie, happy Sunday. I went down and did your job that you don't do.
Which is what?
Here's
Got the
Ezra Zion
cigars?
Cigars. This
Yeah,
is
well, I know
a
you.
quality brand on its own. Additionally, this is one of the small batch packs that I love. Chocolate Easter egg, and they taste like chocolate Easter eggs. I mean, again, like these are incredible cigars. You get a stick, each one hand rolled, each one with a very nice, like each one has a different, very, very cool design on it, whether it be a bow or a little like gun sometimes on the revolvers and things like that. There's nothing like them. There's nothing like them in the market. What else, Trinity? What else we got? What did I miss?
Everybody's so nice, and you should be nice.
Couldn't have the dad's day after drinking shows. Yeah, no, I don't have kids. So I actually had a woman randomly text me today and said, Happy Father's Day. And I'm like, who are you? So how'd that go?
Didn't somebody say that to you while we were getting the coffee this morning? Happy Father's Day.
A girl texted me that. That I think I had matched a long time ago on a dating app.
Oh, I thought it was this morning.
Well, no, it was on my phone.
Coffee. Oh, my sister saw your reaction to that, and it was
Your
pretty
sister
funny.
sat next to me during church, and I said that she's never going to be allowed to sit next to me in church anymore after she sat next to me. A happy Father's Day to the dads here. Happy Father's Day to you guys. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to your dad, who's awesome, and I hope that you one day make him proud because as of right now, not good. You know. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. I try. I fail multiple times.
You
but
just
know
keep,
what?
yeah, you just keep
take the
trying.
dust
You
off
know,
and try again.
you hit on a gay guy one day. You know, maybe.
Yeah,
I hope they have no hopes for grandkids. Your brother's cool.
Oh, you mean the quiet guy that lives with us? As you said in your way back in the day podcast. That
Look,
I still remember.
I got high hopes for him, but you're running a business with me.
No.
I'm gonna sour
That's
you on
sad.
the world. It's gonna be an ugly time.
No, your job. I manage your life, but your job is basically to come on here and embarrass
I don't think
me.
that's my job. I don't think that's my job. No. Yeah.
That's just for fun.
It's very important, though.
Yeah.
Again, that we establish that you're my director of operations / assistant, because I never want to go to the VFW again and have somebody say she's cuter than your ex. That was disgusting to me. That was embarrassing.
I thought it was hilarious
because I feel like a predator at that point, and because you look so young to me. I'm old.
Well,
You're very young. You could be my daughter because your dad is my age. And he's very he's like familial, so he's a good guy. No, again, I am, and that's also why I'm gonna make your life miserable because you're like my kid, but not. But you're about to be a boss bitch because of me. Hey, you know what? You know what I
Well,
have here that
that's
they
who
didn't
I
have at the
always
Freedom and
was. You're
Whiskey
just
booth?
embracing it.
Whiskey.
Whiskey? Yeah. Which we need to bring them
We're
on
gonna
soon.
have
I'm gonna have
you. It is your
on.
job. We're going to be partnering with a lot of very,
Right.
very cool people that we met at YWLS. I think it was an incredible conference. I want to thank Charlie Kirk for inviting me. I want to thank
Absolutely.
Marina, their director of marketing, for having me there, and Sarah, who is, I think, the C-level version of marketing for the organization. I want to thank them for not holding my ex against me, and for allowing us to come in there with very cool people and meet very cool people. And I was very happy to be there, and happy to support women, and happy to make money. More happy to make
Yeah.
money.
I mean, hey. Always happy to make money. I mean, who doesn't?
So, all right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to hit the retweet button one more time. If you guys are enjoying this, I want you to hit the retweet button. I'd like to have Trinity on more because I just enjoy her presence, and she's a terrible human being, and she doesn't realize it yet. And we're going to learn more about your dating life as you go on, and we're going to all approve. As the audience grows, we're going to approve or deny the gay men you try to hit on.
You have
Yes.
hold everything against me?
Because I like
Why?
you. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't do that. And you know that.
That's fair.
And you know that's how I treat
That's fair.
everyone. If I really actually don't like you,
That's fair.
then you don't get any nod from me whatsoever.
I mean,
Shut your mouth.
that's
We have
Tim
a
Young,
sponsor.
everybody.
Our
The
nation is
insults to
standing
you,
up for
then that's
American
fine.
workers, restoring the pride of making products here at home. That's what we do every day. We're America's beverage companies, making American products with American workers in America's hometowns, delivering brands that have been enjoyed for generations, creating good-paying jobs, the kind that require only a strong work ethic. Because we believe in the promise of America and the people who make it great.
You suck. You suck.
Trinity
You suck.
Hoover, you're my favorite person. You need to figure out if you want to have.
Aw.
Well, who else do I have in my life? No one. So it's an empty existence. That's right. Shuck.
me.
America. Fuck yeah. Traveling fools. Thank you for being here. You guys are a little late, but thanks for being here. 45,000 views right now on the old X. I'm glad to have those and everyone here. Hit the RT button if you're enjoying it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you're on the other platforms like Rumble and or YouTube. And we're going to have this on Spotify very soon because that's Trinity's job to take the audio from this and put it on Spotify. What a time. Well, when you pick up...
Yep. Just make more work for me, everybody.
That's the idea. More work for Trinity. Because if you have more work, then there's a less of a chance that you have to go work for terrible people at a salon.
Wow, I'd call it my old job. Hey, if I get more work,
I just
then
think
it gives
that, like,
me another
again,
chance
like
to be able to do
sometimes
this.
people deserve really good opportunities. And what better opportunity than to be my body man who shows up and gives the middle finger to everybody and pulls them away. You saw all these clowns. Like, you have to see, like, when we were at the conference, and then I'll end this. We're at the conference and all these people have these like body men that like pull them along, and like we just usurped all of them. Like they would be like somebody like coming by and I'm like, nah, out of the way. These photos with this person, and like they would just stop because we would just jump in. You're gonna get my ego and attitude, and you deserve it, and we're gonna make you a boss. And that's it. And we're gonna look back on
That's
this
right.
at like your wedding or my funeral, one or the other. And it will be a great time. It'll be like, that was the time.
There'll be laughter somewhere in
and
the mix.
sadness. Great sadness. But
That's hard.
I'm gonna go smoke one of these. Let me tell you something.
Hard.
Every day. So I this is not the way to do it. Ezra Zion cigars. I'm gonna go smoke one of these guys outside right now. These are for the troops, though. These are for the this is a sealed box. There's a sealed box that I'm saving for the VFW when we do Veteran Appreciation Month. These are for me right now. I'm gonna go get one of these. Fantastic. And these are sold out. So best of luck with whatever small batch they've got this week. They sell out in like 2 days. But I'm gonna go smoke a chocolate Easter egg outside. But that sounds weird when you say it that way. If this is just audio only, chocolate Easter egg cigar. It tastes like Easter egg.
We'll edit it.
Ezra Zion, Nomad Cigar, the best in the business. Trinity Hoover, one of the best in the business. She doesn't know it yet, though, because of all the disrespect that she gets from me. But looking forward to future dealings with her. And again, the No Kings protests failed. YWLS was a success. And we have a lot to do with a lot of very cool people. And I'm going to put you in touch. Remind me to put you in touch with everybody else that I met this week. So that's it. Go tell goodbye to your parents who are watching this right now. Tanya and Kyle, hello. Why wasn't Tanya in church today? Yeah.
My mom?
She wasn't feeling Alan used to say that.
Plus, they went to church on Saturday.
That's right.
Remember?
They did a thing. I took you away from.
So they're good Christians who went to church on Saturday.
I like your church. By the way, in case people are wondering, I go to church regularly now because my operations manager, or whatever you are, director of operations, put it in my calendar. Hey, how did Tim find Jesus? Well, Trinity put it in his calendar.
If I need him to do something and put on the calendar, I was like, you better be.
And I have been. And so, how about them apples? Going to church with lots of people, having a great time. And also, boy, oh boy, do I feel like I have sympathy, preemptive sympathy for whoever ends up trying to date you. Because your dad's quiet compared to me.
Are you asking if I'm more like my mom or dad?
No, I'm saying that if someone tries to date you while you're working for me, I'm going to be as judgy as you are of my social life. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Glad you're my friend. You're my friend before you are my employee. But also, I have the right to fire you. That being said. Goodbye, guys. It's been a great time hanging out with you. Like, share, subscribe. Also, go hit the retweet button. This has been a hell of a podcast. I might throw a couple of bucks behind this and get this to 100,000 views. We're going to hit 50,000 on this one at least tonight. And again, go visit our sponsors. Not only the American Beverage Association, but Kalshi. Let's see what's happening on kalshi.com/Tim Young right now. I will pull this up. All right, what do we got? All right, so F1 Canadian Grand Prix winner we can bet on, but let's go to politics here. Again, what countries will Trump visit in his first year? If you're taking a look at this here on kalshi.com/Tim Young, looks like Japan is on that list. France and India are. I do think that India is a definite lock at 58%. Japan also. France at 58%, Germany at 53%, China at 42%. I don't know if he's going to go to China. Israel at 38%. I don't think he's going to go to Israel anytime soon because of all the attacks there. Let's see what else here. Will Trump recognize Pride Month this year? No, he will not. 11% chance that he will. He will not. No is at 91%. No is at 91% there. All right. How about will Trump buy at least a part of Greenland? Right now it's at 19%. Again, this is really fun. These predictive markets are always right. They're always fun to follow. And one more, let's see. Republican nominee in 2028 right now, far and away, according to every one of these polls here on kalshi.com/Tim Young, is JD Vance at what are we at? 42% right now. 42% right now. And then Tulsi Gabbard at 11 and Donald J. Trump at 9. I don't think it's going to be Trump. So for those of you playing along at home. But kalshi.com/Tim Young, kalshi.com/Tim Young, if you want to go and have some fun with politics. Will Congress defund NPR this year? 11% chance that I think they already did defund. Didn't they defund NPR? They did. Who knows? Why would I pay attention to politics, huh? But there we go. So lots of things you can do there. kalshi.com/Tim Young. I want to thank them for sponsoring the show, as well as the American Beverage Association. I want to thank Trinity Hoover for being here as well. She's got fancy new business cards that'll be coming in once she designs them. They're going to be. I do like to stay here live for a couple more seconds. I want to talk to you after this, and then we have a meeting tomorrow morning. But again, Trinity, thanks for being here. Guys, everyone who's been watching this, thank you for being here. This has been fantastic. I want to thank you guys for being here. Trump needs to go to Lebanon. I don't know. The Queen James version of the Bible. And what about Gambia? Yeah, I don't think he's going to Gambia anytime soon either. Guys, thanks for being here. Hit the retweet button, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for everything that you've been here. Traveling Fools later as well. Thank you for everyone who's commented. Donnie as well for being here. Guys, I appreciate you all. Thanks for following.